Hey, just doing my trek here on Presque Isle. Back over there is where the family is. They didn't want to ford the crossing, so we're gonna take some pictures and another video down the trail here and show you guys what it's all about. Here we are on the backside, looking down off the cliff, and that right straight ahead is a trail. A little further on Presque Isle here, coming up to the rocky part, you can kind of see it over off to my right, and right straight ahead there's going to be a little bit of an inlet. And here we are at the stone outcrop, and that's looking off to the sort of southeast. Perfectly clear water, and my footprints are the only ones on the island. And now we're heading up to the high part of the island. We're about halfway up, coming up the peak. You can see the sand dune. I'm going to stop here and take a reverse shot. And here is a reverse shot back down what I just trekked, and the view back in Lake Superior. That hill back behind me is the Marquette Harbor, and as you can see, we're pretty much on the top of the hill. What a beautiful view. And this is back down the hill I just came. And then that shoreline is the backside of the Presque Isle Recreation Area. And this is the flat spot or plateau on the top of the island, looking to the south, southeast. Here we are a little further down the trail. This is probably about the highest part on the island, and off to the back is the Presque Isle Recreation Area. And as you can see, we are really high up. This is just a little bit different angle. It's hard not to just fall in love with this view. Now we're coming down on the descent onto the more wooded part in the back of the island. As you can see, it's a pretty nice trail. A few down trees. But we're coming out on that rocky outcropping or point that I showed you earlier. And this is the stony point and the unobstructed view of Lake Superior. And now we've come around, and this is looking right straight north over Lake Superior. A little island out there just past where we're at. Right behind me is the cliffs on the far northern point of the island. You can see it's pretty steep, but it would be an awesome place to have a picnic. And that's the trail I just came from, continuing our way around the island. Deep, clear blue water behind us. Here we are starting to look northwest. Our little island still there. I missed it, but that tall pine tree there in the back had a falcon sitting in it, but I didn't get a picture of him. Shame on me. Give you an idea here, the train behind me. There's a pretty steep outcropping of rock. Here's from another angle how the rock goes right straight up to the top. And down here to some old white pine trees, and that's kind of the trail heading around to the western side. This over my shoulder, that's looking right straight west up toward Big Bay and the Huron Mountains, and right straight behind me is the big lake. Here's a little bit of a look down at the clear blue water and how deep it is. And if you can kind of see off into the distance, that's the Huron Mountains past Big Bay. And here we are making our way back into the interior of the island. Big down pine tree, kind of rocky outcroppings, looking kind of down toward the next stop. Starting to do a descent down now, heading toward the next stop, which is just about around this next hill and rock, as you can see there. That's our next stopping point. Here's an interesting feature. This is the crevice I just crossed, looking down into the rocks below. That's looking back what we just crossed. And Lake Superior always on our right. Still on a descent down. Coming around a little curve here. Give you an idea what's up off to my left. Pretty much pristine forest. I don't think anybody's been on this island in quite a while. Here's a beautiful view, Charlotte. Gorgeous path. And up the hill. This looks like it's just about our last steep descent till we get out to the flat parts. Back down to the lake. And over there where you see that beach, that's where the old family's at. And as you can see, we're getting almost to the end of our hike, back out to the front point of the island. And here's the rock, and this is the cove on the far west side of the island. Here's another look back at the beginning of the cove and around the inside, and then back over there to the Presque Isle Beach. That's where we're headed back to once we ford the strait there. Here's a perfect view of the cove. A little shallow water down there. Don't ask me how to get down to it though. It's almost straight down from where I'm at here. But it is beautiful. Here's looking back where we came from. It's starting to open up now as we get to the far tip of the island. And that's where we're headed. And here is the little inlet that would be perfect for swimming if it was a little bit warmer today. And here we are back where we started from. Back to the point and across the ford over there to the beach where Charlotte and the kids and Karen are at. I'll come to you from the other side.